All right. Okay, so hey guys, how you doing? Njabulo here again, and I have the great privilege of, interviewing one of the best coaches and mentors who's actually addicted to what he does as being a mentor. He actually coined the term mentorholic. Am I right by saying that? He is a great mentor to myself. I'm proud to call him a great mentor, and I've been introduced to him by another mentor of mine. And he's made over $43 million in his career. That's something I could live off just a bit. And he is also a person who loves helping people, and he's also helped others reach the $1 million mark in the space of like a year. And his story is just absolutely amazing. So I'm very blessed and highly favored to introduce you guys Robert Hollis. Hey, Robert.
Hello. Well, thank you very much. I really, really admire your energy and your boldness, your confidence. So, for you to reach out and ask me, I love helping people, and so I'm really looking forward to this interview. I'm really glad you and I got a chance to know each other before we started it, and so I'm ready. So, hit me with any question. I love giving.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. So, Robert, the people watching this just want to become better in everything, in their lives, their personal lives, as mothers, as fathers, as business people, you name it. So, I just wanted to first start off by going on to the topic of, success. Now, most people they define success by having a lot of money, having all the material possessions in the world. However, the best so the definition of success I've been able to find is that from Earl Nightingale, when he said that success is a progressive realization of a worthy goal or ideal, that you're doing in life the things because you're predetermined for you to do them. So if you could just briefly share your story and your take on what success is and how it works.
Well, I think for a lot of your viewers, the one thing that I have found is that a lot of people don't know that they should be looking for a mentor or a trainer. And the reason why is just the environment and the culture that we're brought up in. The goal is, you notice that people expect us when we're young, they expect us to go to school. They expect us to go to second grade. They expect us to go to third grade. They expect us to go to seventh and eighth grade. They expect us to go to ninth grade. And when you
Mm,
sort of have everyone around you that not only is encouraging you, but expecting you to do that, then it's amazing how good you are at being successful. And so, in certain cultures, you might be expected to be in sports, and some cultures, you're expected to be in the military, and some cultures, you're expected to quit school and get a job. And it's amazing how that happens. Well, once you get out there and let's say that you become an adult, whatever that is, and now you're independent. Now that you're independent, your goal is to get a job, maybe you might be expected to get married and have children, you know, and then after you do that,
mhm.
no one expects anything out of you ever again. It's like, now we're just expected to survive. And it's like it's amazing to me. And so I tell people the first key to my success is when things got so bad and I was losing everything. I had lost my job because I got hurt. I was getting kicked out of my apartment. I couldn't provide for my family. I was hiding my car from the guy that was trying to take it back because of the loan. That and you'll find out that most successful people, they when they don't have any other place to look, they ask for help. Now, some people just stay there. You know what I mean? And some people say,
Yeah.
I can't figure out how to get out of this. And I love it. I believe it's Albert Einstein that said that you can't take the same mindset and thoughts and your current state of mind that got you where you are and get you out of there. So we keep trying to use the same mentality to get us out of the situation that we don't want to be in. And so when you ask for help, that was the first time. And it's weird that we think about this only in being wealthy. I'll give you a funny example. I was thinking about this just the other day. Let's say that you made a decision in life that you wanted to be a nurse, that you wanted to be a doctor. Everyone immediately around you says, okay, when are you going to school? See, it's the very first question. You know what? I was thinking the other day, I was thinking about being a lawyer. Oh, really? Are you going back to school? And see, when you become a entrepreneur, the very first thing that people go, well, I guess I'm just supposed to learn from School of Hard Knocks. No, you should find other people that will show you their documentation that has helped other people make a full-time income, and you need to learn from them. Is if you wanted to learn to do martial arts, you know, there's ways that you could do it, but I wouldn't say, well, go to the library or get a book or maybe watch some YouTube videos. It's like, no, yeah. I would probably seek out a mentor in the art of martial arts that I wanted to learn from, you know? And so when people try to become successful financially, yeah, they're always trying to learn from their family and friends, which I don't get that. I don't get that. Or, you know, you find someone that you found on Facebook and now you're learning from them. No, if you decide you want to find a mentor. So I was very blessed. I was very, very blessed. I didn't know that I was learning from someone that was a mentor at the time. But in a way I did, because the guy that introduced me to him said, you know, this guy makes $62,000 a month. I've seen his checks. They're attached to this pay stub. And when I met him, he volunteered that piece of information. He volunteered other people's checks that he had helped get that was with him with a picture with them. So he was showing me social proof of other people that he's helped, that were waitresses, that were preschool teachers, that were, you know, guys that worked in constructions. So by him showing me those stories, I was going, wow, if he's helped them, then maybe he can help me. And the other thing that I thought right away is I don't need to make 60 grand a month. I just need to make 4. It was like, you know, I was going, I know that I can figure the rest out later. And so that's one of the biggest keys, is ask for help, seek for mentors. If you want to write a book, I heard that a guy named Brendan Burchard, you know, wrote a best-selling book called The Millionaire Messenger. Yeah, and he was doing a school. I paid $10,000, went to the school, learned how to be able to market my book, and then, you know, went out there and got my book to the top of Amazon. So it's easy. People go, how do you be a best-selling author? From learning from a best-selling author.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. Yeah, that's epic. Can I ask you another question? So,
please.
And you know, most people that go through some sort of pain, right? Most people go through some sort of pain, right? And if you look at, I've done my research on people who are successful and other people, like who are good people, maybe people who are bad people. You can always trace back their success to a source of painful experience that has defined their purpose. For example, I know some rape victims who went through the pain of rape, and then now they started on rape movements and rape cultures. And then also those who, you know, they didn't have their parents in their life, and they're like, you know what, that was painful experience. I'm going to make sure that I'm the best father, and other people know what it's like to have parents. And the other way, if they could take that pain and make it something negative and go the other way. So if you could just expand on that and how we can use our pain to define our purpose, if you've got some insights on that.
Yeah, one of the things that I think is the biggest insight is we always hear about goal setting. We always hear about, you know, the phrases, you know, with a person with a lack of vision shall perish. They're not focused on something bigger and greater than them that they want to go to. And one of the things that I think for people that go through pain, it's like they build their goals based on things they don't want in their life anymore. So if you've listened to Jim Rohn and Tony
Yeah.
Robbins and some of the people that I look up to, you'll hear that they, that one day Jim Rohn said that he lied to a Girl Scout. And it
Yeah.
was like, wow, I got myself in a position where I have to tell a Girl Scout that I've already bought Girl Scout cookies because I don't have any money. I don't want this life anymore. And so it's amazing because people say, we know that people either avoid pain or seek pleasure. And one of the things that I think that is, if you could be honest with yourself, again, Jim Rohn says this best. I don't know if you've ever seen him tell the one about, at least you're not ugly, at least you're not, stupid
Yeah.
and sick, So people go, well, I don't have any money. And you're going, well, hey, at least you're not ugly, at least you're not sick, So it's always the people's ability to find, they know that there's people doing worse than them. So they become very grateful. When you're talking about rape victims, you look at what Oprah Winfrey's done in her life. And I seen the other day where she was talking about that her biggest key to success was not only being grateful. Every day she woke up, she wrote down things that she was grateful for. She wrote down things she was grateful for when she went to sleep. But the other thing is, she said she was just each and every day she would think about, what is my next move? That's it. So she said she wouldn't beat herself up for things that have happened to her because it was out of her control. But the way that she could stay in the present was just saying, okay, what do I think is my next move? And understanding that sometimes that move might be something that you don't like. So she said that she was asked to be a reporter for Chicago for CBS. And she said that she didn't believe in herself. She was overweight. She didn't consider herself a very attractive. And so she said, why would I do this? I don't even want to be in front of a camera. But it was because her next move was, well, this is a better move than I am right now. I'm not going to second guess it. So she made the move, and then people seeing how she reacted in her own skin to other people, and people reacted to her. And the next thing you know, she's got her own talk show. If you think about what Oprah Winfrey did to become a billionaires, all she did is doing what you're doing right now. She interviews people.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great way to make money. Just interview people and I'm there.
Yeah, so I'm just going to interview people and ask good questions and pull it out of them. And hopefully people will learn from that. And so, yeah, really great question.
Yeah. All right. So you talked about, Jim Rohn and mentors, and so the next part is the importance of your mindset and your mind. And I know that there's the quote by what is Jim Rohn himself. I'm a very big fan of Jim Rohn. I'm actually bummed that I knew about him after he passed. He's a great man. He said that if you work hard on your job, you'll make yourself a living. But if you work hard on yourself, you'll make yourself a fortune. And
Correct.
he says the only thing that's going to change in the next 10 years, or anything that's if your life's going to become better, the economy is not going to change, the government's not going to do anything for you, but the only thing that must change is that yourself. So what is your take on the importance of self-education?
Well, I just call it wisdom. It's one of the concepts where, King Solomon was asked if he could have anything in life, what would it be? And he said wisdom. And because he asked for wisdom, God said, you'll have everything. And so Richard Branson, I love what a TV reporter asked him at one time. He was sitting in the airport and he walked up and he said, what do you think is the number one thing that a person needs to acquire to become happy and successful? And he said, wisdom. And then the guy asked him, well, where do you get wisdom from? And he said, from making mistakes. And so I think it's very, very amazing, you know. Yeah, I think it's really amazing that people don't want to learn more. And it's like, again, it's impossible to become more and do more and have more without learning more. It's impossible. You gotta reach out, ask for help, and learn more. If you learn more, you'll automatically do more. And if you do more, you'll have more. And what people think is they can actually have more without being more. It's impossible.
Hmm. Yeah, that's truly awesome. So because when I started on your mentorship, you talked. I remember we had a hangout with Andrew, and you talked about the science of getting rich. So, and that's a book I read many times. So I went and I got myself this book here, called the Prosperity Bible. Now it's got all the books from Think and Grow Rich to the Science of Getting Rich to writings by Benjamin Franklin, and it's just got like it's absolutely amazing. So if you could recommend one book that people would read to change their lives and one lesson from the book, what would it be?
That book would be How Is That Working? And it's actually my book. And what the book is about is an auto mechanic that went from being an auto mechanic to a life mechanic. My key to helping people get the pop, I call it a pop, a point of passion where they get the aha moment that they now know that they can be successful, is really only comes from, in my opinion, being inspired by other people that are in worse situations that you and yours, and then they pulled it off. So, when you see that one individual, I gotta remember his name, because, every time I see that motivational speaker that has no arms and no legs, and the guy's married now, he makes millions of dollars speaking from all over the world. He just had a couple of years ago now, I think, but I just seen a picture on the internet with him laying next to his son. And I'm like, this guy, no arms and no legs, jumps off diving boards into the water. It's like, you watch this guy and how full of the spirit he is, how much he loves inspiring people. And I apologize for not knowing his name. Maybe you know his name, but that's what inspires me. What inspires me is other people that have gone through their hero's journey. Everyone struggles. Everyone struggles. And so you either got to make it positive or make it negative.
Yeah. His name is Nick Vujicic. Yeah, Nick Vujicic. The guy with no arms, no legs, Nick Vujicic. Yeah, great, man. Can I ask you another question is around a topic that we kind of have a bit edgy about it here in South Africa, is the topic of leadership. And now most people are not really sure about what leadership actually is. They think they have to be a president of a country or a CEO or the leader of some large corporation. However, Robin Sharma advocates that you can lead without a title, and that the very first person that you should lead is yourself. So what is your take on leadership and a person becoming a leader no matter who they are?
Well, I think a lot of people ask me all the time is if they're saying, and this, I need to do a video about this. I think I talk about it in the mentorship program, but I'm not really super pushy on this, because it's weird, because when I say it, they think that I'm doing it for self-edification. But one of the things that I find out is, let's say that you wanted to be a pastor. You usually start out by going to a church, and then you go from going to a church to maybe being an usher or teaching Sunday school. And then you go from being Sunday school to being assistant pastor. And what I believe a lot of people struggle with, if they don't know their purpose, they don't know their passion, they don't know their vision. I love telling people, then find someone who does and sell out to help them promote their vision. See, now, when I say that in the content of my own company, they're going, well, of course you would tell me to do that. But I recently just did a video because I'm studying people, I'm studying people's success. And, Tony Robbins promoted Jim Rohn for 10 years. I promoted my mentor, Bill Gould, for 7 years. You see what I mean? Larry Huff and Larry Thompson promoted Jim Rohn for over 10 years. You know what I mean? Jeff Roberti, that's made $80 million in the profession, promoted Jim Rohn he's still promoting Jim Rohn, and the man's not living anymore. So it's like, people just don't get that. If maybe you got to give, this is where I get controversy, is I go, if the whole principle in the world is to give before you get, tell me who you have helped to make their vision come true.
Mm-hmm.
See, where's the hours that you put in to helping somebody else, achieve their vision? And then I believe that you get yours. So I said all that to say that the key to leadership is learning to be a good follower first.
Okay, yeah. Okay. I get it. It just hit me. Yeah, it definitely just hit me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I still, if people watch my videos and stuff, I'm still edifying. I'm still promoting. I'm still following other mentors. I always will. I love promoting people that are helping other people. I just love it. I don't want to compete against them. Like in Science of Getting Rich, the chapter on being a creator and a go-giver instead of a taker and a competitor.
Yeah, we need to move to the creative plane, as you're saying.
Yeah, because when you come from the world of abundance, no one can take what's yours.
Yeah, that's true.
And you don't need anybody's. So the problem with people learning how to be a professional motivational speaker or personal development or being a leader within their company is they're always constantly thinking about somebody getting theirs. And here's the funny thing. I got it perfect. Very few people will get to see this on a video, but you pulled it out of me. It's the thing that you want most in life. The thing that you want most in life, you got to be willing to do. Okay, so in a perfect world, you would want people following you. You'd want people listening to you. You would love to mentor them. See what I mean?
Yeah.
So what people mess up with is they learn from other people, but they're not edifying them. See, you would love people to edify you and promote you.
Yeah.
But you're not edifying and promoting anybody. Because you're worried that if you promote and edify other people, then your people will go to them. That they'll respect you for sharing other people's wisdom. That was good. That was really good.
Yeah, that was really good. I'll look at this video and just write that down and share it on Facebook or something. Am I allowed to do that? Can I share it on Facebook? So then another question is I'd like to ask you is the importance of being able to communicate, able to speak one-on-one, like to do presentations, because most people are afraid of public speaking. They're afraid of getting out there and speaking to people one-to-one, one-to-many. So what is the importance of being able to communicate on stage, just being able to make the most of the skill of public speaking in your regard? What do you think of that?
I would honestly say to people that I believe the majority of people that are involved in marketing are not people that they got to be good communicators one-on-one. But I know a lot of people that are extremely, extremely successful that never ever wanted to or wanted to master the game in front of more than 3 or 4 people, and so I really truly believe, because I know a lot of people that fit in this category. I know people that make over $1 million a year that they're not good on stage and they don't want to be good on stage. So I would say that, if a person eventually wants that, at my first 18 months of my career, I didn't want that. I didn't want anything to do with that. If I could put people in front of you and you'll get them excited and you'll train them for me and I make the money, I was totally okay. Totally okay. And it wasn't until it wasn't until that I knew that for me to touch more people, that's the key. When I realized that it was easier for me to learn how to go through that fear, that anxiety, and put my 10,000 hours in to get good in front of a room, because I was able to help more people faster. That was a shift for me that got me to go through that fear and that pain, that this is what I need to do to help more people. I think that people might try to be an expert too quick. I wanted to be documented. My mentor was smart. My mentor said, if you wanted to listen to 2 people, would you listen to someone that had no money, or would you listen to someone that had $1 million? And I said, well, that's
$1 million hands down.
Yeah, that's an easy question. And he says, great. Well, focus for the first couple of years of your career at edifying and promoting me. And that will make you $1 million. And then you're documented, and then you can work on the rest.
True.
And I apologize. I got to go. I got another hangout right at 1:30. So.
Okay. All right. So thank you very much, Robert. And if you're going to be a GoPro Recruiting Mastery, I'm going to be there. I shall see you there. And if you could just give one more pearl of wisdom to people who want to watch this. I'm going to send it to my brother, first of all, because he needs to see this. Just one pearl of wisdom before we go.
One pearl of wisdom is very simple. First of all, I'm so impressed with you reaching out to me. So if people are watching this video, make sure that you reach out. There's got to be a link some way to contact, and allow him to be able to show you his wisdom. That's the first thing. The second thing is don't think that this is not for you. God's not a discerner of persons. So you always get these people, well, I'm not, that's why you need mindset training more than anybody. If out of your mouth, you are claiming to the world and the universe that I'm not that kind of person. I'm not a people person. I'm not supposed to make money. I'm not supposed to help other people. Man, stop that. So I can help you say the right things out of your mouth. And when you say the right things out of your mouth, they come to you. Every one of you that are probably watching this at one time in your life when you're really, really young would say, I'm not interested in a relationship. Icky. I even make fun of it all the time where I'm going, God, my uncles used to tease me and say, Robert, do you got a girlfriend? And I go, girlfriend, I don't want any cooties. I don't want anything that icky, stop teasing me. And then my mind shifted. And when my mind shifted and all of a sudden I thought, wow, this is pretty interesting. It didn't take me long from going from, I don't want anything to do with them, where I'm interested in them, to I'd like a relationship. That's a thought.
Okay.
That's a thought. And a lot of people have probably been in relationships or more than relationships because you thought about it. You thought, well, other people are in relationships, then maybe I can do this. And so it's amazing that you can pull that off, but you can't pull success off.
Mm. All right, that's good. To people watching this, I truly believe that you can go out there and show the world how great you are. We believe that you can go and achieve success out there. Now, just keep on believing in yourself. Thank you very much, Robert. You were such a blessing. I'm loving your mentorship, and I hope to speak to you soon in the future.
All right. God bless. Send me this link so I can promote it to my family.
Okay, thank you very much,
All
Robert.
right. God bless. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Okay, cheers.